This is a Ryan Little production.
My faith in you.
What is up, guys? We are back in the garage gym for a back day. We're going to start off today's workout with some straight arm pull downs, making sure that we engage those lats. As you can see here, I'm leaning forward as I drive my arms up to get a really good stretch. And then as I bring my arms down, you see me lift my chest a little bit to make sure that I get a really good contraction. I often see people in the gym doing these straight arm pull downs, and majority of the times that I see it, people aren't getting a really good stretch. They're standing straight up and they're not even getting a stretch on their lats on the eccentric part of the movement when they're driving their arms up, because they're standing so tall that by the time they get their arms near their face, there's no more slack in the cable. So more people should learn to retract their shoulders, lean forward, like bend at the hip, and then, or hip hinge. And then this way, when you're going up, you get a really good stretch and you're at that nice lengthening position. So when you contract and drive your arms down towards your hips, all of that is going to engage your lats. It's going to engage your rhomboids a little bit. You're getting proper work there. I'm on my way here to move my son's tackle bag here because it was kind of in the way here, so I stuck it in the corner. Sharing a home gym with your kids is it's not what it's cracked up to be at times. You find things in there that shouldn't be in there, but gotta have that type of stuff. They're all ball players. One last thing about this movement, as you can see, the pace in which I do the rep, not too fast, just making sure that I'm taking my time and not just, pumping out reps. I think that stuff matters. Time under tension really does help yield results. You don't always have to lift super heavy. You can change things up with time under tension. here, we're knocking out some rack pulls. We're at 3 plates right now, about 315 pounds. Rack pulls, if you're looking to get some back thickness, accentuate those glutes, those hamstrings, that lower back, rack pulls are the thing to do. Like, this is what's going to give you all of that, and mainly, of course, it's going to help you with thickening that back. When doing these rack pulls, you got to ensure that you're engaging that core to protect that lower back, especially when you're going heavy. One of the things I like to do, one of the cues that I use, is when I grab the bar, I almost push down on the bar so that my elbows and arms are completely locked out. Once they're locked out and just straightened as hard as they can, that's when I push my core against that belt to brace myself, and then I just stand right up. That's just a great way to ensure that your core is activated, and you lower the risk of just tweaking your back or something like that. Nothing much to really cue here. We got a nice close grip or V grip here for these pull downs. When I'm driving this towards my chest, I'm making sure that I'm thinking about engaging my lats the entire time. I'm thinking about driving my elbows down through the floor. With that mindset, you're going to ensure that those lats are being activated on this pull and not using your wrists and forearms too much. The next time we do this close grip pull down, I'm going to make sure that I shorten the chain a little bit just so that I could get more of a stretch on the way up and then commence that pull down to get a good contraction. I think the chain was just a little bit long here. I'd like to see more of a stretch on that eccentric movement. Like I said, I think lengthening the muscle, then contracting it at its most lengthened position is just really beneficial, and it yields just great results doing it that way. next thing we got are going to be some cable rows. I usually do dumbbell rows, but I wanted to switch things up a little bit. I feel like dumbbell rows is something that I always do. I really like using cables because I just love the resistance curve and how consistent it is as you're pulling. So decided to switch things up and just use the cables for my rows. And the nice thing about doing it on my setup is the weight is pretty much limitless because I can just literally add as many plates as I want to this movement. But here you see that I'm pulling, I'm driving with my elbows, and I'm keeping them close to my side to make sure that I engage those lats, getting a really good squeeze, and my wrists aren't turning in, my forearm's not doing too much work. The only thing it's doing is just holding on. That's it. But all the work is driving back with the elbow to make sure that we're using the back to pull. Another reason why I like to use these cables is because unfortunately my dumbbells only go to 90 pounds, and doing dumbbell rows, 90 pounds is not nearly enough for me to row. It's a little bit, I consider it moderate weight, whereas with these cables, like I said before, we can just add plates on these bad boys. You can see that I'm adding a slight twist with each row, which engages my core a little bit, getting some oblique work while I do this movement too. I really do like that. All right, you guys, this is the last side, last set. And this will conclude the workout. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll have more fitness content coming out, and I'll see you all in the next video. Please comment, subscribe, feel free. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.